This is a very humbling experience for me. I've had a while to think about what I would like to say, and there are numerous people I would like to thank. I'd like to thank the State Association for giving me this opportunity. I'd like to thank both Karen and Jim Kenniger of National HOSA for the things I've learned from them. I'd like to thank my husband for the time he's spent and the hours I've spent away from him in some of my adventures. I am very grateful for the opportunity I've had to have a career both in medicine and in education. I am mostly grateful for my students. I'm going to share one thing as a teacher. I have to share this experience. This summer, my father was very ill. He was 5.5 weeks in the hospital. He had an open heart surgery and there were multiple complications. Through the course of that time, I saw the value of career and technical education, because in that 5.5 week time period, my father was treated by students of mine who I knew were well trained. They drew his blood. They took care of him in the intensive care unit. My students were there when I needed them to be there. I was a lucky recipient, a teacher who got to see the end result of their life's long work. One of my students is in Washington, D.C. He's a political activist for medical education. Several of my students are on the road to become physicians. One of my students that I taught almost 40 years ago now, who is an operating room orderly, stood at the head of the operating table, and at a certain point in time, when it's time for the surgeon to ask for an assistant to hold the patient's heart during the open heart surgery, stepped to the head of the table and held my father's heart. Those kinds of experience are what CTE are to a teacher educator. I'm grateful for this honor. I'm grateful for the opportunity. I'm grateful that I've been given these great times to be able to understand and grow and become a better human being because of the associations I've had with you. Thank you to the association. Thank you to all of you for being examples to me. Thank you.